Turning to the values of 1973, SAFTU's theme in commemoration of this year's May Day event. The Union Federation believes the Durban's 1973 strike was a turning point in conscientizing the workers on rights in the workplace. That year, about 1,200 night watchmen took to the Durban streets demanding better pay and working conditions. Drawing lessons from the past, workers say they've strengthened their resolve in fighting for their rights in the workplace. Vavi says not much has been achieved as they still demand better working conditions with better pay almost 30 years after democracy.
Demand number one is jobs for the unemployed. Demand number two, a minimum living wage of 75 rand per hour for every worker, or a minimum of 10,500 rand for every worker. Demand number three, total adherence to occupational health and safety measures at workplaces. Demand number four, expansion of the public sector so that more teachers, more nurses, more police, more correctional services officers, more social workers, more traffic officers can be hired and be better paid.
Vavi called for all forms of exploitation and discrimination against the workers to end and for government to stop moves towards the privatization of state entities.
The renationalization of SAFTU, of Marcelo or yesterday's ISCO, of SAA, and of all the state-owned enterprises that this ANC government has sold partially or in full, and the full makeover of ESCO, of Transnet and Transnet, of Petro SA and so forth, to reflect the social, labor, and environmental needs of our class.
Workers called for better pay and ending of labor brokering and worker casualization. She says as community health workers, they are still marginalized. She says they are still earning poverty wages and that they are still on short-term contracts. She says how government can expect them to feed their families for 14 years whilst on contracts.
We are here to ensure that the workers achieve a salary increase in line with the inflation rate. We are supposed to be getting an inflation rate according to this consumer price index plus 1%. Yet we are actually below the food line at the moment. If you look at the CPI, our increases are not matching the CPI at all.
The gathering also called for transformation in the bargaining council. Vusi Kumalo, SABC News, Durban.